There's going to be the occasion where we want to try and provoke the patient's symptoms in their lumbar spine in a loaded position. In order to do that, we're going to ask the patient to stand next to the table, where the table is sufficiently high enough where she can hold on to it lightly just to offer a little feedback for balance. I'm then going to ask the patient to put her right hand lightly on the table, not supporting her weight, not leaning towards it, but lightly on the table. I'm going to then ask her to reach for her shoulder. I'm going to ask her to shift her weight to the right side and then toe touch with the left foot. In that position, I'm first going to emphasize the entire lumbar spine by placing my one hand on across to her right shoulder, my other hand on her left. We're going to first extend her, then to emphasize the entire lumbar spine, we'll side bend her in the lumbar spine to her right and then rotate to her right, attempting to minimize pelvic rotation. In this position, I reach up, I place my hand on her shoulder, I block her opposite hip, and now I'm going to load her in an axial fashion. This is an attempt to reproduce her lumbar pain. Now, we can also emphasize L5S1. To do this, we'll do the same test. We'll extend her. We'll first rotate her to the right and then side bend her to the right. I'll stabilize hip to hip. I'll be over her shoulders and then provide an axial load. Now, in some cases, you may want to try this standing behind the patient. You may get a little better access to their shoulders. You may be able to stabilize their pelvis better. I can now stand behind the patient, my anterior left hip to her right hip. Once again, we'll go to the full lumbar spine. We side bend, we rotate. In this position, I can now axial load in this fashion. So, I'll show this test now from behind so you can see what happens with the spine. I'm going to ask the patient to turn. She's now going to wait, put this hand on the table, this one across, weight bear on her left side. Now what I'm going to do is extend the patient, side bend her, now rotate her, minimizing the amount of pelvis rotation, and now in this position, hip to hip, I will axial load. As we did before, now we can see what happens in the spine by adding rotation first to emphasize L5S1. In this case, we're going to extend the patient, then we'll ask her to rotate, minimizing pelvis rotation, then side bend her, and now in this position, I will axial load.